her.
Oh my gosh. Bleep.
So that day we went into it needing to set up the tables and to create this very sterile, fluorescent lit environment into Cafe Murder, into something cozy, something warm colored, something where you feel like you're in a diner and not in a school cafeteria. And I don't know, maybe I don't know if I'm blessed or cursed in this, but I get the pieces in my head and I plotted out on paper and I had a diagram of how I wanted everything to be set up. But the actual image of what is it going to look like, what is it going to look like as a final product, I didn't have a clue. I got all the pieces together and just kind of had a basic trust in the pieces are going to fit together. And that's probably something I shouldn't have been as confident in, but going into it and seeing like, okay, put those tablecloths over there and then run this here and put this flower in this vase and pretty it up and put this on the walls and relying on not just my kids, not just my students in the performing arts, but also in the creative arts with their artistic painting and things like that, just relying on these pieces to come together. I really didn't know what it was going to look like going into it. So as far as how I get it from my head to the actual space, I don't know, but it happened.
Oh, don't even.
No, it's not. Maybe don't even. It's not clean. Hey, someone died every year. That's special. This should not go into the.
So again, with that anticipation, it just builds. It builds all day. From the moment that you get up that morning, in my case 4 o'clock, to getting to the space, the school, to setting up the set, to instructing the cast and the crew on final pieces. It's all just this building anticipation. And it's just, you can feel it bubbling as you go. And so you get to that last couple hours right before the performance. And whether or not there is a curtain, it's what we call curtain. Curtain's going to be happening at this time. So we're getting to that moment and we're getting the pieces together and the space looks amazing and everybody's in costume and they all look amazing as waiters and as this zany family of 5 sisters and as a chef and as a detective, and seeing all these pieces come together again, it's amazing to watch it grow, watch it organically happen. But there's still that anticipation of, okay, great, everything looks nice. Can we pull this off though? Because the actors have to not just spit out lines, they have to be somebody. They have to be a character. And the wait staff, not only are they waiting tables, which most of them have no experience doing anything like that, but they're doing so in character. And I'm having cast members actually hand out food, and the person playing our chef actually had to divvy up food and everything like that. And so moving into that moment and knowing that there's so many moving pieces and knowing that so much is about to happen and I only have a little bit of time to prepare my actors, it's chaos. And it's one of those things where you feel like you should be scared and somebody asks you, oh, weren't you afraid or weren't you terrified? There's no time for fear and for terror, because if you take that time to have a panic attack, then you are losing valuable moments that you'd be getting something done. And I did as much as I could, but the really amazing thing and what my favorite part of theater is, and I didn't know it until I started directing, is the fact that as a director, I'm in charge. I'm in charge of the process, right? And I'm getting everybody in order and I'm telling everybody what to do. I'm getting everything ready all the way up to that moment. But when curtain happens, my job is over. It's no longer my show. It's their show. And so we got there and we had people waiting and wanting to come in, and we had just gotten the food and gotten it set up, and we were needing music in the background, and the actors needed to take their spaces, and they're all asking me questions and going, what do we do? What do we do? I was like, no. It's time. So whatever questions you have, whatever's going on, it's your show now. And I stepped away. And so all of that anticipation that had been building, especially in those last couple hours of, oh my gosh, I had to let go. I had to completely just let go of it and give it to the actors and to the crew. And it was their show from that point forward, which again, is amazing. So to kind of summarize, the show was a hit. It came out great, better than I could have expected. Again, that feeling of anticipation and that fear of don't know what's going to happen, and everything is resting on their shoulders now, and I'm, as director, I'm tapping out, and I'm going to go and, in my case, I went and basically hid in the corner and played piano music and did sound cues. To let it go and put it into their hands and then see how well the production does, that's amazing. And the production was amazing because it was theirs. And I couldn't be prouder of the effort that went into it and the results that came of that effort. And any concerns or fears that I had in the preparatory part of it was gone because they pulled it out. The reveal of the murderer and the wait staff and their characters and the accents that had to happen and the crazy zany moments of the show, all those moments came together because now we have an audience. Now these characters that have been kind of goofing around and some of these actors who have had characters kind of hiding a little bit, they have no choice but to come out and to face this audience. And that moment of truth was amazing. And some of the compliments that I keep getting is, especially for the wait staff, was about how everyone stayed in character. And everyone, they weren't just, these are lines that I've been trained to say. They were a person. They were somebody else in that moment, which is the highest compliment that an actor can get, is like, oh, I forgot you were you for a minute. You were somebody else. And of course, the highest compliment we're being paid right now is actually by people who weren't there, because they are complaining about the fact that they didn't get to see the show. That it was a small ticket list and that it was limited engagement of just one performance. And so the pressure is on for next year already of, hey, when you do a show again, not if, when you do a show again, make sure that there are more tickets, that there's more than one performance, because so many other people want to come and see it. And that's a triumph. That's again, one of the highest compliments we can be paid. And the absolute highest compliment that we've been paid, and that I've heard people say, is the evidence of God through our work. Cafe Murder is a secular show. It doesn't mention God once in the script. And it's goofy, it's silly, and it's easy to say, well, what's Christian about it? And the show itself, again, is secular, so one would be tempted to say nothing. But the fact that these talents were on display, the fact that these young actors and crew members and wait staff were putting their talents to use in a Christian school, in a production at a Christian school, and even better, in service of others. That is what makes it Christian. It's not Christian because it's nice and light and fluffy. It's Christ-like because it's a service, and because all glory and all attention that we receive, we are doing our best to deflect it to where it's supposed to be, to God, to Jesus Christ. And if even one person is moved by that to come closer to Christ, if even one person looks at the dedication of my students and hopefully of myself to performing excellently for God, and that causes that person to seek after Christ, then we've done a job well done.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't I get problems, girl?
Oh, you got problems, all right.
Rosemary, how long do you think it will take? I'm meeting someone. It's my party. It will go on as long as it has to.
You guys are real downers. You know that? Hello, Grace Pizza. Do you still deliver?
Let me get you another plate. Is there anything else I can get for you or your friends? They're not my friends. They're my sisters. I'm Rosemary. This is Marjorie. Melanie. Keith. Valerie.
Huh?
And Raleigh.
Okay.
We're here to celebrate my birthday. Shut up. Now listen carefully. I'm allergic to water, so if your chef puts so much as a drop in my entree, I could die.
That would be a shame.
What?
Nothing. Look, miss, I don't know if it's possible to be allergic to water. There is a condition of weird water called hydrophobia, but I doubt you have that.
I want to speak to your chef.
Very well.
But ladies and gentlemen, what we did, we got together, got our pajamas, had a good time, ate some great food. A lot of people stepped up to the plate, made some great casseroles and stuff, because I'm a fan of that stuff, man. That was good. Then after that, we played some games and watched some movies, just had a fun day. It's one of the benefits of We're Not Even Christian. It was a good day. Played some basketball. And overall, just had a lot of fun. All right, so honestly, compared to other years, workload is way less in my opinion. It's more focused on getting you ready for college, because that's the main deal is, not so much of you got all these classes. It's more of, okay, you've done your work, now it's time to get you ready for college. And, this is what the school is really about, getting you ready for real life situations. So I think this year is a little bit more laid back in that aspect. This year, sports-wise, I'm going to try to play basketball for a little bit while baseball season is off. It would be great to play baseball in college. At this point, I might just walk on to whatever college I get into, whether it be UCF, UF, Florida State. That's what I'm looking to go, but if I go out of state, that may happen. But I'm looking to study some architecture and set design programs, and one day be a part of theme park creative team, whether it be Disney or Universal, and ending up branching off and doing my own thing. So that's where my life is headed right now.
How you doing today? It's exclusive, man. Willie Stallworth from the building. Top 5 point guard in the whole nation. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We got a lot of new talent, a lot of new guys, some new guys on the team, and we're really fast. We're gonna come out fast paced, man. It's gonna be an exciting season. Really up and down the floor, no lie. Man, I just wanna, this year I wanna make it to the championship. This year, actually, I just wanna see everybody, our fans, friends, family, the administrators here, just everyone happy. Just to be a part of the program, and I just want to lead my team to the best possible way I can to the championship, man. And I want to win it. If not win it, we just gonna do our best, fight hard. Probably how disciplined we are from the others, other teams. We have a great 2 coaches, Coach Dave and Coach Lamb. Shout out to you guys. We just how disciplined and humble we are towards other teams. Most teams come out, from last year thinking they're gonna just blow us out. We come in, ready to fight anybody, battle anybody. That's what Warriors do. David and Goliath. We're gonna come out as David, and we're gonna overcome every obstacle and everything they throw at us, and we're just gonna fight hard, man. We're gonna be humble, and we're gonna do our thing at the end of the day.